Hey everybody, we're going to look at Delaware Park on Thursday, June 8th, the full card, races 1 through 8 at Delaware Park. My name's Dave, I'm the creator of Thursday. We're going to go through our top selections. I give out 3 top selections that I recommend playing. The top selection either win in place, and the top 3 in exactas and trifectas. Honestly, play them however you're comfortable playing. My goal is to just give you a little bit more efficient and effective handicapping into some angles using stats race lens that I find effective in tournament play. So we're going to look at race 1 here at Delaware Park on Thursday, and we're going to jump right in. Delaware Park race 1, we're looking at a mile and 70-yard claiming event on the main track. We got 6 horses. The the horse to beat is going to be the 6 horse morning line 2-1 Orokovix. I'm using the 6 on top only because it's got the early speed, it's got the late speed in this entire race. You can see the pace set up here in True Odds in Stats Race Lens. I think the horse is very tough to beat. The horses underneath I'm going to use are going to be the morning line favorite, 8-5, Triple Tito's, who will be running late and passing this 3, I believe, just because of the tactical late speed that the 4 has, as well as the 2, Sheer Element. The pace figures are nothing really to write home about because the new, all the layoffs and the new meet horses just haven't had the chance to run here, so the class ratings are a little off. 6, 4, and 2 though in the opener at Delaware Park on Thursday, race 1. Delaware Park, race 2, starter allowance, a mile on the main track. The 2 is the early speed here, and I think will be tough to run down. I think the 5 Waterworks can run this horse down. The main reason why is when we pop over to the past performances, Waterworks, this Mosler filly, is second off of a layoff, going from the dirt, or sorry, the turf to the dirt, cutting back a bit in distance. The horse pressed the pace early on in the last race. I think if this horse sits off a bit for Chelsea, Mosey should be able to run down the field. Hasn't run at Delaware, but has won twice at this distance and three for 4 in the money, and has already earned $100,000 at this distance. So I think this is a distance specialist here on our hands, running a mile. Um, and underneath we're going to use the 2 and the 6. We'll pop over. The 2 is the front end speed. I think it holds on in the exotics in our top 3, and the 6 is the other mid-running horse here. Vodkatini, I think, will hit the board. Stats has this horse winning. I think the 5, morning line 5-2, is the horse that wins. But for a price underneath, I'm going to include the 6, Vodkatini. Our top 3, though, are 5, 2, and 6 in race 2 at Delaware Park on Thursday. Delaware Park, race 3, mile and a 16th maiden special weight on the turf at Delaware on Thursday. The early speed is going to be the 3, 10, and 5 going out. The 5, though, does have the tactical speed in this race with some changes for Mike Stidham. The 5 Heckled is our top selection, and we're using the 3 who has a late speed as well. But the 5 in this race, coming off a little bit of almost a month layoff, had a bullet work here at Delaware, 1 of 6. Stidham is 26% maiden specials with Michael Sanchez winning 41% of the time, 41% positive ROI. This horse has hit the board at this on the turf. Hasn't hit the board at the distance though. Classy-ish dam for me. Speckled does have runners out of 39 starts, 62% hitting the board. Most of the time they're favorites though. So this horse is 7-2, but with his bullet work, I think we'll be able to close into it a bit more since it did press the pace last out at Churchill Downs in a maiden special 120K maiden special race. The other horse I'm going to use on our top 3 is going to be the 3, Ruglock, who's the closer here, and the 10 I'm using underneath, or actually, sorry, the 9, Sal's Blue Jacket in our top 3, and we're going to use the 9 because this horse for also Stidham has Lasix on, second time starter, first time Lasix, Stidham is 20% winners, first time turf, 13%, dirt to turf move, Actually, this is synthetic to turf move from Presque Isle, where it's shipping in from, who had Paco Lopez previously. Synthetic move, 17% winners, and Carol Cedeno is 18% at this distance and at this surface at Delaware Park. So we're going to be using the 9 underneath, the other Stidham horse, at a morning line of 8-1. So we're going to go with 5, 3, and 8 as our top three here, race 3 at Delaware Park on Thursday. Delaware Park, race 4, 6 furlong claiming race on the main track. There's going to be one horse that I think goes out to the front here, which is going to be the 9. It ran on the turf last out, switching back, third off of a layoff. The 9, though, their pace figures are a lot higher than some of these other horses in the field. I think the front end early kick of the 9, 7, and 7 will hold on at a little bit of a price and surprise some people at Delaware Park on Thursday, race 4. The other horses we're going to use underneath are going to be the 3, Litigant, with the late kick, and the 10 also will be running late here from the back of the pack. I think the rest of the horses just can't keep up with the 9. The 10 first rule we're going to use underneath as well. I think the 3 is beatable. I think the 9 does show some early pace here in this race. Going to play Catch Me If You Can with the 2 morning line favorites in the morning line. 9, 3, and 10, though, at Delaware Park here in the mix, race 4 on Thursday. Delaware Park, race 5, 7.5 furlong turf race, starter optional claiming. The 4 and the 6 are going to be the front end speed. Murph and Lola Flow are going to be running out there on the front end. I think the 4 definitely is beatable. I think the late runners here are going to be the one to pick up the pieces and get the win. I'm going to use Murph. I think we'll hold on for a piece of it just because his early speed is greater than some of the other horses in the field here as they're closing into it. So I just think he'll tire a bit, or she'll tire a bit on the front end. The 10, though, is our top selection here in race 5 at Delaware Park. And the 10, Flashy 2, getting blinkers on, trying to put some speed back in the horse and put some focus back into the horse. The horse did close a bit at Tampa, getting Carol Cedeno aboard. Has hit the board 2 of 5 times on the turf. Hasn't run at Delaware Park, though. And I think that horse's late kick will be leaned into a bit by adding the blinkers on for Flashy 2. I think the 4 holds on for a piece underneath. Murph at a morning line of 20-1, and the 2 Tiki Bar also will be running late. The 2 will go off as the favorite. I think the 2 is highly beatable by the 10 and the 4 to hang on for pieces. The 2 Tiki Bar to round out our top 3. 10, 4, and 2, race 5, Delaware Park on Thursday. Delaware Park, race 6 on Thursday, a 1.70-yard route race, allowance race on the main track. Our top selections are 3, 4, and 1. I find this race pretty formful. I don't want to waste too much time on it. The 4 and the 5 will go out into the front end. The 4 does have some pace. The 1 has some late speed, and the 3 does have all of the late pressing speed here. I think the 3 goes on by morning line 6-1. Is going to blow by the 1 and the 4. I don't see the 5 hitting the board whatsoever. So I'm taking a shot here with this 3, with the pace scenario set up on paper as I see it. 3, Passage of Lines, our top selection. The 4, Late Night Larry, will kind of go out and press the 5 on the front end. And the 1, Luigi's Spirit, to round out our top 3. 3, 4, and 1, race 6, Delaware Park. Delaware Park, race 7, 5 furlong sprint, allowance optional claiming on Thursday in race 7 on the 8th. We've got a 7-horse field. Our top selection is going to be the 2, Twirling Savvy. And the 2, Twirling Candy Filly, coming off of a layoff since October. McLean Robinson, trainer, 20% off of a 6-month or longer layoff. The horse had a decent work at Delaware on the 28th, but in that race, 5.5 furlongs at Keeneland, and the allowance $20,000 non-winners at 2, came from about 11 lengths back and came third, but also rallied pretty far back and barely lost by 2 lengths. So not bad. Getting Carol Sedano aboard. McLean is 17% in allowance races. This horse is 3 of 4 in the money on the turf. Never run at Delaware. Did win 2 of those 4 races on the turf as well. So cutting back a bit. I think if this horse can press on the front end a little bit more and not be 11 lengths back, this horse should have some closing kick in this smaller field as well. The 3 is the front end speed. I'm going to be using the 3 above the limit underneath and Rambert underneath as well, who will be sitting off the pace a bit. I love the 2 though. Morning line is 2-1 as our top selection, Twirling Savvy. The 6 will be running late Rambert, and the 3 will hold on in our top 3 above the limit. 2, 6, and 3 in this allowance turf sprint at Delaware Park. Delaware Park, race 8 on Thursday, mile maiden claiming event 12.5. Pretty formful in my eyes. The 5 is the early speed and going to just run out. This run happy horse will just go out and run for fun on the front end in my eyes. I think at 7-2, it's going to be pretty tough to beat. Happy Eyes is our top selection in the finale. And for prices underneath, I like Boyd's Band and Unexpected Tiger. These late runners here at a little bit longer odds for exactas and trifectas. Pretty formful in my eyes. I don't see this 5 getting beat on the front end. Happy Eyes, 6, Boyd's Band, and the 2, Unexpected Tiger. 5, 6, and 2 in the finale at Delaware Park on Thursday, June 8th. Thanks again for watching. My name's Dave. I'm the creator of Thoroughstat. If you don't already, follow us on Twitter at Thoroughstat. Subscribe to our channel at Thoroughstat on YouTube. Like this video. We're going to have plenty of full card selections, pick 4 previews, as well as analysis for Belmont Stakes Day later in the week. So thanks again for watching. Let's catch some tickets here Thursday at Delaware Park.